Hey y'all, it's Casey Hope from Pizzazz Art Studio, and we're back with another 10-minute challenge today. I'm going to see if I can show you how to draw and hand letter and paint in 10 minutes or less. We love doing these challenges because it debunks the myth that you don't have time for art. You do. You've got time if you've got 10 minutes. So grab your supplies, let me walk you through this, and then if I can do it, we are sending one of you some happy mail. We love surprising people with mail. Y'all, we do it every single month. Every single month. We pack up thousands of these, send them out to our club members all over the United States. And we want to send you some too. So all you have to do to be entered to win some happy mail is to make sure you are subscribed to this channel, then comment and like this video. And then if you do all those things, and if I make the challenge of 10 minutes or less, then we are sending this to one of you. So let's get going. I'm going to get all my stuff, set my timer, and see if I can do this. Okay, so here I am with my watercolor paper, and I just have cut watercolor paper. It's cut to half-size sheets, but you could do this on a watercolor card, anything that's watercolor. So I've got my watercolor paper, I've got my watercolor palettes, I've got a pencil, and my micron pen. That's what I'll be using today. A small paintbrush and water. All right, so I'm going to show you how to draw this pretty poinsettia that's perfect for the Christmas season, and I'm going to try to do it in 10 minutes or less. So here we go, starting that timer, and let's roll. We're going to start with the center. That's just a little kind of a little curve, and then we're going to do 5 petals first. Okay, so it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, did y'all notice how all of those were just like one stroke at a time? Right? Now we are going to do a bigger one that comes back behind it. So I'm going to start here, 1 stroke, and then kind of come in for that second one. And start right here. It's a line, and then comes in. A line that comes in. A line that comes in. Over here, another line that goes out and in. And this is kind of looking a little too pinwheely, so we're going to add little petals behind there to thicken it up to where it doesn't just look like put a stick on it and call it pinwheel. All right, so we're going to just add in different layers all throughout here to kind of thicken it up. I even may just make this whole thing thicker. All right, and then we'll put a few of the greenery. So we do greenery here. And just to like remind myself that that's greenery, I'll put a line there. Greenery here with a line, and greenery here with a line. Maybe we can just go ahead and do just some lines here. I'm still not digging. There's still something I don't love about this. Just want to make it fatter. And here's the deal. You can do that now. That's why we do this in pencil first, to kind of make all the little tweaks that we want to. All right, once you have gotten this penciled out, I will go ahead and pencil Joy, and then we're going to move to our micron pen. So right in here, just a small little simple Joy. All right, so with this pen, I'm going to show you a lot of line work that's really going to add just some value to this. So we're going to start with scribble, 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 and then get a little outline. So we do this like a double or triple trace, and I'm going to do that first to everything, okay? So like a 1 trace, 2 trace. You can do it 2 or 3 times, whatever feels right. Okay, so let's start by doing that everywhere. And then we'll come back in with more little pencil line. I mean, sorry, not pencil line, line work, that's what I meant to say. All right, so I'm not going to do my leaves just yet. I'm going to focus on this and watch this. Close to the base, I'm doing little lines. Little lines close to the base here. They're not all the same size. Some are short, some are medium, some are long. But by adding them close together, do you see that value that is starting to happen with this poinsettia? Okay, now this, since it's behind this, you're going to get a little bit darker right in here. So just a few more lines where there would just naturally be a little bit of more of a shadow. And you can pull some up a bit. Same thing here, you're naturally going to have a little bit more. So all I'm doing is lines. It may almost look, because I'm doing it fast, it might look like I'm coloring it in, but I'm just doing lines going one way. Like I put my line down and then just kind of put my line down, brush out. Put my line down, brush out. Okay, same thing for right behind here. Right here, these two would cause a shadow there. It's going to be a little bit more right there in that little crevice. Okay, right in here. And here. To me, just doing line work like that is relaxing. Like, it's truly like little line work, just anytime that I feel a little like anxious and my chest is tight, if I will just start doing flowers and loopy lines and line work for whatever reason, that just calms my heart just a bit. I love it. And perhaps for you, that is line work like that. Perhaps it is painting. I don't know. I do know there are tons of studies that link doing things with your hands and, you know, and doing artistic type things lessens stress and anxiety. But finding exactly that thing for you is part of the adventure. Find what it is so that you know that you've got that tool in your toolbox. Is it lettering or painting or drawing? Sometimes it might just be writing. There's so many different forms of using your hands and being creative. All right, so I erased that pencil line. We'll get all of that off. And then I'm going to start layering in my red. All right, so let me pull this closer. I'm going to start probably with my bigger brush for this first swipe. And I'm going to add a good amount of water there. I want this to be a little diluted. And I'm not going to try to color everything in solid. I am going to leave some white. Just here and there. Just kind of doing it quick. So as you can see, nothing really fancy with this paint, just quickly laying it on. And then I'm going to let that dry for a bit as I move into my green. So I'll clean and come into my green. And again, nothing fancy here. We're just laying color in. Ooh, that's a lot, so let me just tap it. I don't want this green to mix with this red, so I'm going to be very careful there. Oh, there's a red that I forgot. I'll come back and get it. Let me get that red real quick before I head to the joy. Okay, I'm going to swap to my smaller brush and get a little bit of this green and just lightly go over my lettering. I'm not trying to like necessarily paint, like you're gonna see the line work. This is just adding just a little bit of color to that line work. Okay, then maybe a little bit of the yellow in that center. Gotta be very careful here too, because you don't want it to bleed all into the red. And then I think my background is dry enough to where I can take my red and my small brush. I don't want a ton of water on there. And I can now just add little layers. Do you see this? This is the exact same red, but it is appearing darker because that first layer is dried. And this is now that second layer of it. And because I didn't put quite as much water on my brush. Going kind of around the edges. A little bit close. Oh, that was a lot. Anytime you're painting small, you don't want to have a ton on that brush. So that's why right here I kind of got more than I wanted, so I dabbed it off over here. 10 seconds. Oh gosh, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay. Oh, okay, and yeah, let's just call it done. Done-ish, okay? Done. Ah, it's done-ish. I think it's done. I could have kept going, but it looks decent. And I did it. We did it. We did it in 10 minutes or less. So that means one of you gets some happy mail. So all you got to do is make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like this video and then leave us a comment. Let us know. Are you giving this a try? Let us know. I want to see, and we would love to see your pictures. If you want to send us your pictures, we love seeing what you create. That lets us know that, hey, there are people on the other side of the camera that are doing the art with us. So do all the things, and we are going to be picking one of you to win some happy mail. And that's it for now. We will see you next week for another 10-minute challenge.